Alrighty, so this is an equilibrant problem. I'm going to call this vector A. I'm going to call this guy B. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to set up a little table A and B, right? And we're going to do the magnitude. We're going to do the magnitude of these guys, the angle, and by angle I mean trig angle, right? Then we're going to do X component and Y component, right? And the trick for this is that we just simply add A and B together, right? Okay. Add A and B together, and then the equilibrant is just negative the sum of these guys, right? Okay, so I'm going to get A plus B, right? Will be something here, right? Okay, we'll get something. And then negative A plus B will be the equilibrant, right? Equals negative A plus B. Because of course if you add negative A plus B to A plus B, you get 0, which is what we want. We want all the forces to add to 0. Now, we can guess that this thing's going to be some force like down here, right? Okay, so let's draw this guy. It's going to be something like that. Okay, so the magnitude of A is 19. Magnitude of B is 15. The trig angle for B is easy. It's 58 degrees, just like they tell us, because that's anti-clockwise from the x-axis, right? But the trig angle for A is, of course, 27 short of 180, right? So 180 minus 27, I think that's 153, right? Minus 27, I don't want to mess up. That's 153 degrees, right? Okay. And then remember, X is magnitude cos. This is going to be magnitude sine, right? That's what those buttons are for on your calculator, right? So I'm checking to make sure I'm in degrees. Indeed I am. Okay, so 19 cos 153 should be a negative number. Negative 16.929. Okay, I'm going to store that in A. Okay. And 19 times sine of 153 should be a pretty small positive number, right? Because it'll be this little component here, right? We just figured out this guy. Okay, so here we go. 19 sine 153. I'm going to store that in B. I get 8.626. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do this guy here, and I expect this should be a, let's figure out our x, right? So 15 cos 58. I'm going to store that in F. 7.949. Okay, and then I'm going to go 15 sine 58. I'm going to store that in G. Okay, I wish I had a spreadsheet on my calculator, but I don't. I expect this to be a positive number and a bit bigger because this 58 degree angle is bigger than 45, right? So 12.72, we'll say 721. Okay, these are all newtons, right? So now if I add these guys together, right? That guy plus this guy. I'm going to store that in K. This is negative 8.980. Okay, and that's newtons in the x direction. Right, and then this guy, if I add these guys together, okay, I get 21.347. Okay, and that's newtons in the y direction. Okay, that's the sum of these guys is going to be like a vector that way, right? Okay, a lot of y direction and a little bit of x direction, right? Okay, now the equilibrant is of course positive 8.980 in the x newtons in the x direction, right? Plus negative 21.347 newtons in the y direction, right? That's the one that's going to add to this and of course give us 0. Right? So this guy here is our equilibrant. And now we want to draw a picture of this guy. He's over here. 8.98, he's this way. 21, so this is 21.347. This guy is 8.98. Right, so the magnitude is equal to the square root of 8.98 squared plus 21.347 squared. Okay, so the square root of, now I've got these all stored in memory locations, so and then plus that guy squared. I'm getting 23.159 newtons is the magnitude of this guy, right? So that's 23. Right, so 123.16 newtons, yay. There's tons of sig figs, right? We only really have 2 sig figs, so we'd have to say about 23, right? And then it says 292.8 newtons. I'm going to find this angle right here just for fun, okay? The opposite side is this side, the adjacent side is that side. So that angle there is tan minus 1 of 21.347 divided by 8.98. Okay? So inverse tan of that guy divided by that guy. I'm getting 67.18. 7.18 degrees, right? Okay, that's what that angle is. This is probably a trig angle there, so I'm guessing that it's 360 minus 67.18, right? So 292.816 degrees, right? Ta-da. So there's the equilibrant. It is this magnitude, right? 23.159 newtons. And if you just labeled that angle right there as 67 degrees, I would be just super happy. This is 23 newtons, 67 degrees. If you wanted to say that the trig angle was 292.816 degrees, I'd be also super happy, okay?